The global pandemic has reminded us of the many changing faces of education, design, and delivery. There came a need to probe and problem solve and find meaningful solutions to keep learners engaged and hopeful. This research looks out for collaboration in learning and how design thinking can produce the alternatives required for education during a crisis. I am Rukhshana Hassan from Iman Academy, formerly known as Al Iman School, Sri Lanka. This is the outcome of collaboration between a student, a teacher, and the head of school within the span of 6 days. Knock Knock the Virus Down is a children's book authored, illustrated, digitalized, and sent across to children across to read and to be read to so that they may gain a sense of security and belonging during the many transitions that were storming into their daily lives. Yes, design thinking is more significantly about empathy, and every educated designer has to set foot forward with the ability to empathize in order to problem solve. The faculty at Al Iman School Sri Lanka, now known as Iman Academy, pondered if effort to keep educating their students during the pandemic was positive. They decided that it was time to collaboratively design an approach to teaching and learning that was relevant and beneficial during these hard times. Design research often starts with observation, reflection, and questioning. A questioning design researcher is especially interested in everyday life practices. Review of literature points out that design does not aim to solve a problem with an ultimate answer, but to create a positive addition to the present state of affairs. So, the design challenge was, how might we redesign our approach to curriculum delivery to center around the needs and desires of our teachers, students, and parents during a crisis? Design is about the details. As the educators moved through the stages of design thinking, they probed and came up with ideas to grant solutions. Then they experimented, and based on the feedback, necessary interventions took place to offer the best solutions to improve the current state of affairs. Now, 61% of the student population at the Iman Academy consisted of one or more siblings in the school. And that meant the idea had to cater towards not only device access, but also device sharing. Thus, the educators, keeping in line with the age-appropriate guidelines of learning time, designed the schedules across the grades at different times of the day. This may sound complicated to accommodate, but believe me, the communication and collaboration that took place with families brought about a worthwhile outcome. This was followed by the design of the daily timetable, which took into consideration minimization of screen time and maximization of self-directed learning. The daily schedule consisted of online session followed by offline sessions with the use of subject integration to be able to efficiently cover syllabus content, accommodating the time constraints. Then came in the challenge of keeping students engaged and motivated. The commitment to learn and dedication to do things differently by the educators produced in-house training and collaboration on the use of tech tools that transformed lessons into something of awe and wonder. The exploration and application of gamification into virtual lesson proved to be a fruitful exercise. The design delivery of curriculum obviously has to take into key characteristics like inclusion and adaptability. Now, catering to student learning style and pace required a solution that catered for individual needs, even if it was just simply to listen to the many emotions they had to express. TOP, teacher online presence, emerged as a solution to provide one-on-one assistance to students. Now, these timings were communicated to students so that they may access educators and seek help, even if it came, in the form of visual presence or just a smile. They would just come and check on whether the educator was on the other side of the computer. Now, additionally, students require motivation to keep on going, and that meant performance indicators needed to be in place and rewards awarded to candidates. The digital badges were designed to suit the task and subjects, and thus the badge collection began. Sheer dedication and determination were powerful tools that granted educator progress. However, additionally, the school management identified the need for incentives to motivate, equip, and empower these individuals. Now, did this work? What was the feedback like? Quantitative and qualitative data was collected from educators, students, and parents, and data was then analyzed. Let us now have a look at some of the highlights of the educators' feedback.
The virtual schooling lesson plan for the upcoming week is uploaded on Seesaw every Sunday. The key objective of posting the lesson plan in the beginning of every week is to help parents and students to be prepared for each day's online and offline sessions prior to the assigned date. Approving students' completed work evidences is a task which needs to be done with careful consideration. We educators receive 100 to 200 posts per day for approval depending on the number on roll of our classes. We make sure to check the time of submission while approving these posts, as the students who are punctual in work submission receive a virtual star as a reward in their daily reward tracker.
Virtual schooling never stopped us from striving to give the best motivation for our children. Children tend to easily get distracted and find it hard to focus during virtual schooling. As the educators across the grade, from toddler up to grade 3, have been striving hard to motivate their learners by creating specialized badges, reward trackers, stars, and stickers under their name for their daily performances.
Assessments are a vital part of the student's learning journey. At Al Iman schools, formative assessments aren't carried out with the mere objective of evaluating student academic performance, but also with the intention to develop skills, bring out their talents and abilities, and in order to add value and appreciate their individualities while uplifting their confidence. Taking these factors into much consideration, we strive to design and practice a variety of child-centered approaches to assess our little learners, such as online quizzes and challenges, self-directed learning, plenary, seesaw, and daily lesson-related activities. Individual sessions apart from teacher online presence are conducted for certain students to cater to their different needs. Ample time is given to learners to prepare or redo assessments, and approaches or assessment methods are modified to suit their needs. At this stage, the educators schedule timings, prepare presentation slides, flashcards, and other educational resources to support the assessment sessions.
For an efficient and effective teaching process, it's mandatory to reinforce or recap lessons. Recap has proven to be beneficial to both students and teachers because the students have a better grasp of concepts taught online and it assists the formative assessment process. I would say that rapport is a secret ingredient that makes a productive teaching learning process. It plays a major role at an online learning. A rapport can be a video on guessing what's happening next, a picture to find hidden objects, or scavenger hunt, etc. A teacher may choose different types of rapport activity in order to cater the needs of a student. The rapport activity can give us a leverage and may cause a quick change in students' performance.
All right. We will now have a quantitative feedback produced by the parents and the students.
Virtual learning phase 1 came to us as a shock, and this stage required immediately adapting to the very new normal. The struggle was evident. However, the exponential growth made during the shifting paradigm must be applauded. Today, now that we have learned the ropes of navigating this new realm, students feel that things have improved and feel a lot more confident in comparison. They value their face to face sessions as they get to communicate and socialize. They appreciate adjustments made to ensure their experience is well organized and engaging. This would include 10-minute breaks between each session, having knowledge of the entire week's schedule in advance, top sessions, and the technical skills taught and developed. Majority feel that they learn the same or more quantity of information during the virtual sessions. Also, students feel the support of their educators as they demonstrate empathy and understanding by being flexible with deadlines when they are required to do so. 21.1% of the student body do not have any support in completing assignments, and 12% say they always do. Students do, even with the alterations made, feel learning remotely involves an added level of stress. Some have complained of headaches and have acknowledged the importance of offline sessions where screen time is not encouraged. 30% of students scale their disruption levels to a 3.
Parents as partners. Our focal point of this partnership then shifted to our main beneficiary of the education equation, the learner. A vast majority of our parent body found the volume of the tasks of VS given were just right. Also, whether their child's time spent in education during VS against being in a physical classroom equally varied in opinion. The educators constantly worked on creating interesting and interactive sessions every single day. It paid off with our learners on a pleasing level.
Well, the research concludes with 3 main highlights that made change to make education more relevant. The design of the VS schedule, the use of gamification in learning, and the integration of subjects. Design thinking has proved to be an effective methodology to critically think and problem solve to make learning and delivery more relevant and meaningful to all stakeholders. The process of design thinking emphasizes on key aspects of collaboration and brings about a human-centered solution because of its inherent nature to empathize. Recognizing people as the primary source of innovation is crucial in order to accomplish designs that will serve the needs of the people who will work, learn, or teach with the designed tools. Educators can draw inspiration through this research since it brings about many perspectives into making rightful change. Thank you.